ladies and gentlemen. We've got Gao in the red shirt playing against Chen in the blue shirt. And Damien, I said earlier, Chen, one of my favorite players in this tournament, simply because of how beautiful his forehand is. Just one of the smoothest strokes you'll see. A great.
That's an amazing shot.
Point there by both guys. And yeah, Chen's footwork and forehand is just so pretty to watch. One of my favorite players in this tournament, so I look forward to this match. And I expect to see some good counter looping rallies here also.
It's going to be interesting because Guo is very consistent. His short receive is very good, and he has more control, less power than the lefty, but he has more control in his game. He's a little bit more balanced. So when you play against a pips, it's very important to be very balanced.
And there's that deep serve coming from Gao. Great choice. Chen was able to get it back, but a pretty weak receive, and Gao capitalized. First deep serve we've seen of this match. There's that beautiful spinny opening by Chen. Not always electing to rip the ball, able to step around there and just spin it up low to the net with spin, and that's been given everyone fits this tournament, and a great shot to do out there for all you table tennis players. You don't always need to rip the ball. Open it up with heavy spin, you keep it low to the net, and that's deadly for players even at this level.
That's very true. Actually, it's something I said too.
And there it is again. You see how far off the table Gao missed that loop? I mean, he missed that by like 10 feet, not even close.
That's actually very interesting, because I see many players in America who try to really rip the ball and play like the strongest shot. But if you play very spinny, very low, it can be more effective than a crazy shot, and also more safe. So I think it's interesting to watch. That this very good player, he knows if he does like very low opening forehand, it's gonna.
There it is again. We've seen it 3 times in a row, and you know, a lot of times people watch these good players and they just see the speed and the power and they try to copy that, like you're saying. But everyone watch this match and watch Chen and look what he's doing to give Gao problems. He's opening up with spinny low loops to the net, and Gao missing him by 10 feet. Another one.
And then he stay in the backhand because there is less risk for him to have a counter loop from the backhand than the forehand, because it's more difficult. So again, very smart player.
Oh my goodness. Gao went with the serve we hadn't seen the whole match, tried to do the pendulum serve there.
Yes, but also he did that because he had less option at the end, and he knew Chen receive was really good, so he had to take a risk. Okay, so sometimes you know, you can miss a serve by your fault, but I think he missed this serve also because he was afraid of the receive.
Yeah, bottom line, I like the idea. He tried to give him a different serve. He hadn't seen at a key point, but there's no bigger mistake than having a 10-9 game and missing your own serve. Just huge error by Guo there. Yes, it happens, but boy, that was a big miss there.
Yeah, that's a big mistake.
Big miss. I like the idea, but unfortunately, he wasn't able to execute, and that was painful. And man, you just felt like Guo started that game so well, was doing things so right, and Chen just hung in there.
This guy adjusted his tactics so fast.
He sure did, and then Guo at the end fell apart, missed his own serve.
Like that, change the location, the back end to the forehand, very low again.
And I have a feeling Chen's coaches told him to keep spinning those loops up slow. That wasn't slow, but I'm sure they told him to keep doing those slow spinny loops because Guo has been missing them all by 10 feet off the end. Let's see if he opens up with a lot of spinny loops again this game.
That's true, but actually my feeling is Chen doesn't really need a coach. He can really figure the right tactic by himself.
I can't argue that point.
See, again, low, very spinny loop, and Guo has more problem to adjust his counter loop.
Wow. Oh my goodness, that was an incredible point by both guys.
That was ridiculous.
The ending was absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
That his backhand actually looked terrible, and he got bailed out by the net. But incredible shots before that.
Yeah, I think he was like, okay, this spot was amazing. I'll try something, at the end. Funny.
I got to admit that was one of the ugliest backhand smashes I've seen attempted, and he got bailed out by the net.
It was really not technically right, but.
See what happens when you don't go slow and spinning? He did about 6 in a row slow and spinning. He decided to rip that one, and those are hard shots to make.
That's very smart. Always changing the location. He adjusts, let Guo make the first footstep, and then right in the middle. This guy is so smart.
You can see how pivotal that first game was for Guo. Put himself in a position to perhaps win it. Missed that serve at 10-9, and now he can barely score a point this second game, and that's how things can change so fast in table tennis. When you have your chances, especially when you're playing a better player, it's so important to take advantage. Guo unable to do it the first game, and now finds himself way down.
That's true.
And about to be in a 0-2 hole this match.
Sometimes it's against a better player. Sometimes easier to lose the first game 11-6 than 12-10 after leading 10-8 because you need this game against a better player. You need to get, when you're leading to get this first game, and if you lose it, mentally it's very, very tough. So smart.
And why not? Chen just doing anything he wants this match, displaying just a full arsenal of shots. That time doing one of the most difficult shots in table tennis, counter looping and re-looping it down the line. And Chen able to win that game 11-4 and take a commanding 2-0 lead. And Damien, I don't think he needs a coach. He should just walk to the other side and get ready for the next game.
I mean, he needs somebody to give him some water.
Okay, he's a water boy. He needs a water boy.
He can hurt his back, like getting the bottle. So I think it's pretty much what he needs.
Chen smiling with his coach right now, very relaxed, having a good time, and why not? He deserves to have a good time the way he's playing.
Yeah, I mean, actually, the coach was still speaking when Chen left, so he knows exactly what to do. Sometimes a coach can, give you, there is some details you might not be able to see, but I really feel Chen, he sees everything, he knows everything he has to do. Again, this slow loop, very spinny. The thing is, sometimes it's more difficult also to get the right timing.
Oh, I love that cut right there. See, he just does everything. He's just so seasoned. You're talking about one of the better players in China. When we're talking about Chen in the blue shirt, and you
change the rhythm.
Just, yeah, incredible how he can just do whatever he wants at will. And Gao Wen, no slouch. A very good player himself, but. And Damien, again, I'm really glad to watch this match myself to see the power of the slow spinning loop. He's just really reinforced it for me.
One more, actually.
Yeah, it just doesn't even need to play with power to win this match. He opens up with so much spin. He keeps it so low to the net. He's able to win so many points outright.
Also, it's something interesting because that can be one of the weakness of some Chinese player who have a lot of rhythm. They can play very good if the ball is fast, but sometimes it's more difficult when they have to adjust because they get used to get so fast, and the timing is very different, slow and low, so sometimes it's more difficult. That's a nice backhand.
Beautiful shot there by Gao Wen. Nice opening receive, followed it up by a big backhand.
That's also interesting to see where Chen put his finger when he receives. That's amazing again.
Gao showing some life this match.
Yeah.
Started down this game again. It looked like we were going to have a 3-game blowout and put a nice string of points together.
Yeah, but what he has to do to win 1 point, it's kind of what happened the previous match. It's tough.
Well, he's strung about 4 or 5 difficult rallies together. You're right, Damien. It seems like he has to do that every point just to win. We'll see if he can continue this.
This shot seems easy, but it was really not.
It was not easy.
This guy made it easy with the perfect timing and the perfect footwork. Otherwise, it's really not easy.
And there it is. Hey, when you need a point, if you're Chen, just loop it up slow with spin. And Damien, you said those shots aren't easy, and that just demonstrates your point right there.
Actually, this one was way easier than the other one because he has way more time to adjust. I think he...
Oh, nice. Nice demonstration of adjustment and touch there by Chen.
Perfect adjustment and then perfect touch.
Gave it kind of a slap hit from his forehand.
That was crazy. It had to be timeout now because his last 2 points were really bad for Guo.
Yeah, and Damien, you mentioned Chen, he kind of grips the ball high with his finger.
Yeah, like kind of the way of T-Mobile is doing. And it's interesting to see. And
Yeah, I can tell you, I actually grip it that way because I hit my backhand and I don't spin it. So I put my finger high also, and since he has pips, he's also a hitter. And that's actually why he does it, probably especially if he's trying to receive with his backhand. He's putting his finger up high because he's kind of wanting to flat hit.
That's interesting. That's something I couldn't do, but it's interesting to watch. And
yeah, because you're a spinner, and it's not something I learned to do. It just naturally happens if you're a hitter, and that's why you see him do that. Oh, goodness.
okay, so yes, he needs like few nets every point. Like the past 3 shots, he hit the net.
I loved that chop though by Chen. That was a heavy chop,
yeah.
man. It was a great chop he had with his pips, heavy spin. There's that serve. That's the same serve he missed the first game?
Yes, that's
so he used it this game, was able to get it in. That's why I liked the idea. It's why it's so good to
that was a good idea.
Exactly. And there you saw it. That probably would have been the result if he made it the first game. Goodness. Oh my gosh.
That's crazy. So consistent.
Chen's so beautiful to watch, the way he navigates the table with his legs and the way he loops his forehand. Just watching an artist.
So hard to win 1 point. He's smiling.
Chen laughing right now, giving his opponent credit. That's just an incredible point. He's laughing because of the great play, giving a nod to his opponent.
And Guo was lucky again with an edge when he counter looped. So that was a huge receive.
Something we haven't seen him do much of. Stepped all the way around to his forehand side and came in with the backhand banana flip. Caught Chen off guard.
Again, you see, when Chen get this slow loop spinny, Guo got a little bit out of balance. He hit the ball a little bit too far from his body.
Let's see if Gao can pull this game out. Really just playing incredible this game, just to be at this point after being down about 5-1.
That's crazy. So many net points. And Chen is still here.
Let's see if Chen changes his serve up. He's gotten burned the last 2 times to his forehand. Let's see if he goes deeper to his backhand.
Maybe forehand.
Deep serve. Ooh. He did change his serve up. It was half long deep.
And he did play strong.
Yep, he went for probably a little much, slipped, but I think he kind of missed it before the slip.
So Guo finally took it.
And give credit to Gao. I mean, just out of this match, losing the first 2 games, down 5-1 in the third, and I was sitting here thinking about the next match. There's no way I thought he was going to turn that game around and make this a match and put that incredible run of points together all the way to the end, really never let up. And it took just a miraculous performance there for him to win that game. And
that's true.
I got to admit, I'm excited to get one more game at least out of this. I love watching Chen play so much that I'm happy to see another game.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, to me, Chen is still like the better player at the table. We'll see. We'll see what could happen. But I feel Guo is surviving more than coming back.
Gao comes out in the fourth game, continues his brilliant play, just making incredible shots. I mean, really making no mistakes and just doesn't miss, just makes quality shots every time. We've seen him go on like 11, 12, 13-point run here where he's just not missing, and it takes...
It's very impressive, and he's also a smart player. The reset was not good enough on this one, but I saw him last Sunday actually, and I've seen he's a really smart player. The way he adjusted his game, he played a very great shot early QA. He's playing in Atlanta, and he was getting destroyed at the beginning, like 11-3, 6-1, and then he managed to change his tactic, you know, that like really fast, and he still lost, but the two next game were like 15-13, I think. So he's a smart. He looks young. Actually, I don't know how old is he, but he looks young, but still he's a smart kid. Now he's doing the slow loop. Great point again.
Boy, just incredible reactions by Chen there. I mean, Gao had a blistering backhand. He was able to cover it and get his forehand in. Chen now.
It's amazing.
The one that's a little bit concerned. He was so confident, and we all thought he was going to run away with this match, and now he seems a little bit tight and unsure of himself. Gao putting so much pressure on him.
Very smart.
That was a beautiful shot by Chen.
Instead of going strong diagonal, he went for like slower, but gave like faking formation, and he went down the line. It was really good. Again, a little bit shorter, a little bit slower, and he has more trouble to control this ball. It was consistent.
Wow, you saw that table really skid on the table. He opened up with that spinny loop, and the ball really skidded. These spinny loops can really skid on these tables, and we witnessed one right there. Almost went under Gao's racket.
That was pretty impressive. Okay.
It's impressive to see his power when he really launches into it. That ball, the force it had on it.
So again, must be difficult now for Chen after having like match point, getting down 8-9 before.
Chen trying to find the momentum again, trying to find his rhythm.
Oh. That was an important one.
That was huge, and we saw this in the first game. The question is,
that was really a key point.
Can Gao close out one of these real close games here? He was able to get the last one. Making a big mistake there.
Very nice.
Here we are, Chen at match point after having all kinds of problems this game, with an opportunity to take it with the serve. And we knew he would miss that, didn't we? Chen taking the match, and why did we think Gao would miss that? Because he opened it up slow with spin, which worked so well for him the whole match. And as soon as I saw him open up with that high-arcing, slow, spinny ball, I knew Guo was in trouble. He hasn't demonstrated he could deal with that the whole match. And
he had big trouble with this one.
Let's give credit to Chen there, winning that match after Guo made a heck of a run in the third game, came out into the fourth, really started beautifully most of the game, but right at the end made a couple mistakes, gave Chen the opening, and then Chen, just as good as he is, able to capitalize there at the end.
JOOLA, for the champion in you, an official sponsor of USA Table Tennis.